Ready up.
52, Mike 52. Oh, get him, get him, get him.
Now.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now McSorley. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, it's McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he'll give it here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
The set, ready? Express! Right 38. Greg. We ain't giving up nothing.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
64, weak.
Watch the ship. Check.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 38, McSorley. The open man is Westbrook. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Complete to D.D. Westbrook. A gain of 9 yards. First down,
50, plant.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
You can't block me.
Go.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic.
Be grip.
On 2nd down and 4, McSorley. pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Third and 12.
Here we go. Set. 10 Lobo.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 3 down, 3 down.
Hey, I-7.
Out of the shotgun, McSorley. Looking long for Westbrook. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
20.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24.
On 2nd down now. McFarland trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
29 is the money.
Out of the gun, Newton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. But he'll take this back down inside the 20. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
McSorley, 1st and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 line.
Hey, let's go, let's go.
Get it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. McSorley from the shotgun. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 11 now. McSorley nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing is McSorley. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Patriots take over. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Hey, check 24, check 24, 49, check 49, check 49, check 13, check 13.
On 3rd down, McFarland. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ready? 180. 50. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist.
From the 50, Newton. That's out to his running back, Michelle. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Newton. Finds, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
44's the mic. 44's the mic.
And watch that. 8. He's coming. We got double up.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
What tight end? 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down. Let's go.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Throwing on 2nd down, McSorley. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, echo.
Here's McSorley to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
That's it. 188.
Right here.
Express.
Watch left. Watch left. Here we go.
8.
Defense all day.
Get it.
Newton on first down. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On first down, Newton. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, second and 7. Newton to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch the flag. Watch 44's the mic.
Operating from the gun, Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 29. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 25 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Fournette running right. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
You got to be ready. Hey, Charlie. 552. Ready.
On 2nd down, it's McSorley. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So 2nd and long, you got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A pass there, complete to Westbrook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Third down, they're going to throw for it with McSorley. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. McSorley sets to pass. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. McSorley, he'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Ready to break.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Oliver, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
20.
Big stop, let's go.
They'll run on first down. McFarland, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after the
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Miles Jack with a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter.
Patriots 6.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
Gun.
Express. 44's Mike. Check. Here I come.
They snap it to Newton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Gun.
44's
On 4th down, Newton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check 52.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Jaguars' 41-yard line.
From the 41, Newton. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Mike 29.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
He's checking.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Newton throwing again. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up.
That is caught by Rice for a Patriots touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Go! 52 is the mic right here over there, right? Go!
Here's McSorley now, 3rd and long. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Let's go, team! It's going to be a long...
Now it's Newton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now pass complete here to Sanders. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
20.
Newton to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 39, and the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator.
And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Cameron Hayward getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now the Patriots Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 12. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, Alpha.
McSorley, 1st and 10. And he completes it to Westbrook. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. It'll be McSorley again. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. One last throw here for Newton. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off right around the 43. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Newton now to throw. Now a desperation. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, of course, this is a win they're going to